Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of notanalog.com. Today I have a slightly different product and maybe not a very well known product to show you. It's sent to me from Crazy Johns. It is the Huawei Ideos U8150. It is an Android device. Let's put this box down. It is an Android device. It ships with Android 2.2, so it has its usual Google applications and things like that. It has a 3 megapixel camera, a 2.8 inch screen, so it's a little smaller. Has GPS and Wi-Fi, MP3 player, FM radio. It's got the 3.5mm audio jack to listen to your music. It can take up to 16 gig of storage and has Bluetooth. It's a pretty simple device, and you're probably thinking, why would I want that? I'll tell you why. I think this device is perfect. Perfect for any young person, and this could be any age now because, I don't know, kids are getting phones when they're in kindergarten, maybe. I guess they probably are. And they want to have a smartphone because, let's face it, kids want to be cool. They want to be using Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. They want to be doing that on their phones. They don't want to be having a brick phone which only makes calls and sends SMSs. And I think that's where this device really smashes that market. How much does it cost? Smartphones are usually expensive. This device, $159. So it's really cheap. In the package, because it sends as a full package, now in the package you get a few things. One is the phone. So the phone's in here with the charger and the connections and things like that. You also get a 4 gig micro SD card, which is great for being able to put music and video and pictures straight onto it. It gives you the SIM starter kit, so you can actually get connected straight up. And a little brochure on how to get around Android, because it's new, especially if you're a young kid, although you probably work it out pretty quickly. So the device, this is it. This is the Huawei U8150. Bit of a mouthful. Had trouble pronouncing the word to begin with, or saying Huey, just because I read it as it looks, but it's completely wrong. It's Huawei, from what I can tell, and it's Ideos. So cool little back cover, nice and colorful. I think you can get them in red. I think there's a yellow as well. But it's kind of going back to the old days when it used to be cool to collect covers, or I'd change your covers, and you can take this off, and you can see it's going to be very replaceable. It's just plastic, and you can see the screen. Now it's got the touch screen, but it's also got the button, and it's got a little circle around it for navigation and the call and hang up buttons. On most Android devices, you don't have any of this bottom part because you've got the screen buttons here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through this phone. I'm going to grab the camera and put it on top so you can actually see what I'm doing. I'm going to run through the phone real quick. It's interesting.
So this is it. This is the phone. You can see how small it is when it's sitting in my hand. It's a really small phone. Obviously, Android 2.2, which if you've seen Android before, this doesn't look very different to you at all. The main home screen, I've put the clock widget and a Google widget on there. Obviously, you can customize it with music widgets. Slide across again. You here see my Twitter and Facebook feeds, and I can go back to the other way. I have a news feed, and over here I have a services feed where I can turn off Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, etc. So I'm just going to go back to here so I can see the applications. I've installed some things which obviously kids will be using: Angry Birds, Bubble Buster, a couple of games from the Android marketplace. I installed Adobe Reader, obviously, just for PDF viewing. You'll see the camera for taking your snaps, the clock, contacts, email functionality, Facebook, obviously Gmail account. I didn't set up a corporate account on here because most kids don't have corporate accounts. So obviously you can go into your Gmail and you might want to send an email. So simple, compose, and your keyboard is on screen. You can turn it sideways as well. I'm just going to, there you go. So you can see it is possible to use the device sideways also. You see the glare is actually quite bright. So outdoor use makes this a little bit difficult as well. Just going to cancel that, flip this back up. Go back out. The email side is very simple. Now I'm going to go into gallery. I'm going to go run through this as if I was a kid, and these are the sort of things that young people, I shouldn't say kids all the time because it could be for, I don't know, older kids or older people. So I'm just gonna, sorry, camera's falling out. Alright, so I'm just going to go into the pictures, and I've put a few pictures on because I'm a little person and I want to show my friends photos from my snow trip. So I'm just going to do the usual. You notice that I can't do pinch to zoom. What I have to press is they've put a little magnifying glass here, which works really well still, and the clarity is still pretty good actually. And you'll see I'm going through the photos pretty quick. There's no real delay. The processor does handle it pretty well still. I'm going to flip it back up again. I'm going to go into videos. I probably didn't need to do that. I'm just going to load a video because I like to watch things, and here's me watching some Jamoan because I'm a kid and I like to laugh and I don't want to have any serious videos on here. So I'm going to pause that. I'm going to go back. So let's have a look what else. Come on, Huawei. Here we go. Flip it back up again. Alright, so not a whole lot more to see there. The FM radio, you need to have headphones attached before the FM radio works. I guess it uses an antenna of it or something like that. Messaging for your SMS. The marketplace, obviously, for downloading all your apps. The maps, which is just Google Maps, which works really well. I'm just going to go into music because kids love to listen to music, and they love to listen to songs like a G6. And God, this thing gets loud. Like that's really loud. So clarity is great. Skipping through songs really quick. Very, very simple stuff. Whoops, out of the camera. So I'm going to go back. This is such a simple, easy to use phone, and anybody who can pick this up can really easily get the hang of things. Kids love reading the news, right? No, they don't. But you can obviously go into top stories in Australia. Maybe they like to read sports. That could be true. Whoops. Entertainment. There it is. That could be useful. Just going to go back. The phone. Hey, because I guess they need to make phone calls. And that's a very simple thing. Obviously, a huge keypad if you need to use it. Or you can go into your contacts. I don't have any contacts on here, but very, very easy to do. Twitter, Skype, YouTube, it's all here. Everything which a kid, or I've got to stop saying kid, everything which a young teenager will need is really available at their fingertips, and for such a low price. So I don't know how this works. Okay, cool. There you go. That's a game. I don't know a lot about that game. Angry Birds, because I know Angry Birds is all the rage. I'm going to go back, and you can just see how easy it is. Obviously, I can go back here and start playing music again, and obviously it does the multitasking, so I can keep doing things while I'm listening to music. Go into my gallery, because I want to show pictures while I'm listening to music, because this happens all the time. So, like a G6, I can go through my photos, because I am the coolest kid on the block. God, it's getting annoying. Stop, please. Alright. Well, that's the device. The only thing I didn't show actually was the camera, so let me just go into that. Camera is very, very simple. You've got a little switch on the side to switch between video and photo, and there's also some functions here to change the quality of the image. You'll see 3 megapixel. To the location, so it does GPS or geotagging, doing some things with white balance, and obviously the zoom function as well, which is just a digital zoom, obviously. And really simple. You just click and it just takes the photo. There it goes. Now you'll see all I've done is, use the device with my hand, because that's how Android works. However, it does also provide you with this area, so you can flick between your apps, like so. It's okay if you need to use it, but these soft buttons and the touchscreen is all you really need in a device. The call and hang up button is obviously quite straightforward, and the volume rocker on the side, and there's the headphone jack and the power button. Otherwise, there isn't a whole lot more around this device. So what I'm going to switch back, and I'm just going to give you some final comments on this quite amazing but really inexpensive.
So you've seen the Ideos, the Huawei, and I would love to know from you guys if you would ever consider getting it for your son or daughter, or if you are the son or daughter that would love a smartphone, would you consider using this? Do you think you would be cool enough in the schoolyard holding this device? When I was much younger, this would have been a really, really cool phone to have. And for 159 bucks, if you're a young guy or a young girl and you work at McDonald's or you work at Woolworths and you don't have a huge income because you just work part-time, you could buy the phone yourself. And it comes with everything. It comes with the guide, it comes with the SIM, it comes with the storage. And setting up is really, really simple. You can connect the device straight to your PC, copy your pictures and music and video over. And with 4 gig of storage, it's not bad. If you want more, you can upgrade to as much as 16 gig. And I think it's actually pretty good. It's a pretty solid device. And for $159, I don't think you're going to find a smartphone around that price which has Android 2.2 on it, which is a really good version to be having. So that's all I've got to say. $159 from Crazy John's. If you need your son or daughter to be mobile and cool at the same time, Huawei, welcome to Australia.